Welcome aboard, Vikings hockey fans. Sorry, a little late getting going here. We had a delay in the start of game after Bellingham Blazers contest here at Bellingham Sportsplex. Now 18 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first period as we have our first whistle in this one. Again, apologies, we had some technical difficulties again with the stream here this evening, some trouble getting it going. Now that we are joining you, catch you up on play so far. Starting skaters for Vikings coach Larry McDonald in this contest with Utah Valley University. On defense, number 16 Mark McDonald and number 24 Cam Budnick. The center will be Jack McCollum, number 12. Starting forwards, Lucas Fantine and Bailey McNanny winging McCollum. For the visiting Utah Valley University Wolverines, starting in goal, Devin Bain. And pardon me, folks, worth noting, goalie change for the Vikings with freshman Jake Holden picking up his first shutout as a member of the Western Washington University Vikings last night. Tonight, it's Anna Stensland, another freshman in goal, as Stoneham has a shot there. And stoppage, may have been offsides before the play. Starting skaters for the Utah Valley University Wolverines. Defense, left defense, number 10, Andrew Piper. Right defense, number 86, Ryan Hall. The wingers will be number 40, J.D. Baker on the left wing, and right wing, number 7, Caston Jones. Starting center for Utah Valley University was number 20, Joel Clark. As we're underway now, 17:30 remaining in the first period. No goals and not much action yet in this one. As a shot from Watson there for Utah Valley is wide of Stensland. It now ends up with Gamble in behind the Vikings goal. It's Gamble, Stoneham, and McNanny, the forwards there. It'll be Gamble, McNanny, and Fantine. Stoneham and McDonald now defensively for the Vikings. Again, last night, for those of you who watched the first contest between these two teams, this non-conference matchup, last night's game ending right around 1 a.m. with a 6-0 victory for the Vikings, playing tonight in the white and blue. Vikings attack right to left on your YouTube screen in the first period here. For Coach McDonald, a team which has been depleted by injury, missing some skaters this evening. Coach McDonald shuffling lines around. We've seen some forwards playing defense for the Vikings coach, taking advantage of the versatility of his roster as Jackson takes that. Passes to McCollum, who goes cross-ice to Keats Montrose, but too wide for him. Now a shot by Jackson, saved by Bain. So goalie changes for both teams after last night's contest in this one. Stensland in for Holden on the Vikings side of things, and it's Devin Bain in for Connor Bilson for Utah Valley, as that's McCollum in for the draw. McCollum wins it cleanly for the Vikings, back to Budnick, who shoots it high, winds up with Montrose behind the net, who sends it back around, back out to Budnick now. McDonald winds up with it, shoots into the chest of Bain. 16:21 now remaining in the first period as both teams will change. That's Stoneham, Fantine, and McNanny, the forwards now for Coach McDonald. Big game last night for number 26, Lucas Fantine. Pair of points early on for him, which got the Western offense going, as well as an excellent two-way effort as the pass goes in front, and it was loose there for a moment, but Fantine unable to get a shot on goal. Now Jones the other way for Utah, shoots, and it's saved, gloved by Stensland. 16:03 remaining in the first period. Again, excellent effort for Lucas Fantine, last night's 6-0 victory for the Vikings. Named the player of the game for the team. Now it's flipped into the end boards. Gamble takes it for the Vikings, able to clear the zone, but it winds up with Larson around center ice for Utah Valley. Fantine plays it to Stoneham, who was unable to see or locate the puck. It's back now to Gamble. Cycled to Nab. Andrew Gamble now playing a bit of defense for Coach McDonald. Again, the Vikings mixing it up a little bit. Gamble had been centering the top line for Coach McDonald for much of the season. Freshman forward, Bellingham Blazer alum, with points in Vikings' first 4 to 6 contests this year at least. Now Fantine takes it for the Vikings into the neutral ice. He's knocked by Hall and goes down eventually after gaining the zone for Western. Fantine will head back for a change. So the forwards now McNanny, Stoneham, and Cloutier. Defensively it's Gamble and Nab. Gamble and Nab now on defense for Coach McDonald, both members of the top forward line rather for Coach McDonald early on this season, as we have a penalty assessed to Utah Valley. It's number 16 Isaac Richardson to the box. It'd be 2 minutes for interference, number 16 Isaac Richardson. Western will take their first power play of the evening now. Forwards will be Jackson, Gamble, and Stoneham, backed by McDonald and Nab defensively. Puck played down to Stensland now and taken by McDonald. McDonald with a pass too long for Nab, and it's cleared back in by the Wolverines. Minute 30 now remaining on the Richardson penalty for Utah Valley as the Vikings lose the puck through the neutral ice, ends up with Stoneham. Now Gamble chasing, Utah Valley possessing, and held in by McDonald. Ends up with LaMartina. Nab recovers, and Stoneham will play it forward to McDonald. McDonald gaining the zone for the Vikings. 1 minute remaining now on the Richardson penalty. McDonald, pass in front to Stoneham. Unable to get a stick on it, and it's cleared down the length of the ice back to Stensland by Utah Valley. Stensland will leave it behind the cage there for Gamble. Pass across ice to McDonald now. McDonald waving. 40 seconds remaining on the Western power play as Ivor Jackson dumps to the far corner. Nab was in on it there, but it ends up back with Cam Budnick in the neutral ice. He'll flip this one. Gamble attempted to play it in, but it trickles back to Budnick in the Western zone. Budnick now fires a pass, too hot for Gamble to handle, and it winds up with Utah Valley as Gamble knocks down the clearance attempt, but it's a high stick. 13:06 remaining now in the first period. Neutral ice face-off coming here. And pardon me, that'll be a defensive zone face-off for the Vikings. Watson in there for Utah Valley to take on McCollum. Wingers Fantine and McNanny there for McCollum. As Utah Valley will play it now, it's Watson for them. Penalty to Richardson now over. Wolverines back to full strength. Errant pass there by the Wolverines winds up with McDonald. McDonald waits. Now lugging the puck around, he'll wheel. Pass winds up out of play. 12:34 remaining in the first period now. Seven and a half minutes played so far in this one. Bit of a repeat of last night's affair as Jake Holden, the Vikings' regular goalie, faced only 4 shots on goal in the first period. Similarly, Stensland, not much action for her yet tonight, as that's Montrose poking the puck to himself, gaining the zone for Western. Montrose unable to weave through traffic. It goes to the corner where it's played by Cloutier. Now winds up with Fisher for Utah Valley. Loose puck Deke, and the puck slides harmlessly on into Stensland, who will glove that one to the ice. Still 0-0 in this one. Vikings playing with a bit of depleted bench tonight as Fantine tips that puck to himself out of the air. He has McNanny on the left. Fantine in with the shot. It goes wide there of Bain. They battle for it on the near boards. It winds up with Fantine again. Another shot by him. Good active couple of games thus far for Lucas Fantine. Now Gamble back, 2-on-1, La Martina for Utah Valley, pass across. Gamble appeared to have at least affected that one, laying out, as he'll now take the puck across the red line, dump it into the corner. Western gets a change as McNanny will go to fight for that one. It's Jackson, McCollum, and McNanny, the forwards now, backed by Budnick and McDonald. Shot there, wide of Stensland. It's played back in around Stensland's cage. Budnick will chase that, and he's able to clear the Western zone with a poke there. McCollum turns it over, and it's tipped high by Ivor Jackson, gloved by the Utah Valley player. That's Richardson, number 16. Now Utah Valley sets up behind Bain, turns it over to McCollum. Pass in front, taken eventually by Jackson after turnover. Leaves it for McDonald. He'll shoot. And that one was blocked before it could get in on Bain. As now Utah Valley look to go the other way and turning it over quickly, but it winds back up with them. Richardson now for the Wolverines, fanning on a shot. It winds up with his teammate, though, as Budnick is able to tip that pass wide to the corner. Now shot there, easily blocked by McDonald. Never got off the ice and not much velocity as Jackson dumps in for the Vikings. McCollum ends up with it, shoots. Short angle there for McCollum and an easy save for Bain as Jackson holds the zone. Now Utah Valley gaining the Western zone, but offsides. Apologies on the game clock there, folks. 9:56 now remaining in the first period in this one. Another late start for us this evening. Puck drop right around 11 o'clock p.m., scheduled for 10:30, but again, the Bellingham Blazers running a little late. And then further time for ice maintenance as Montrose pokes that one and eventually knocks it in for the Vikings. It's chased by his line mate Cloutier. Played to Jones in the near corner, who is unable to get to it, and now it's Montrose battling for it. Passed into the near corner for Utah Valley. Nab will play that up back out of the zone. Winds up with Hall in the neutral ice. Pass to Baker, who gains the zone for Utah Valley. Shooting lane for Baker. Stopped there with the chest protector by Stensland. And eventually shot wide of Stensland there. As now Fantine knocks the Utah Valley player Jones to the ice. Pass in front there. Good attempt for Jones on the shot. Kicked by Stensland. Richardson plays it in. Gamble once more with it. Richardson picks his pocket. In on Stensland. Shoots. may have just caught the crossbar with that one. Now Stoneham for the Vikings shoots a easy save there for Bain, and it ends up in the corner off the rebound. Now played by Fantine behind Bain. To the corner they go. Utah Valley player losing his skates. It's like a penalty coming as we have a stoppage. 8 minutes, 7 seconds remaining now in the first period. So we'll get sorted here. Looks like it's going to be number 10, Andrew Piper, to the box. Be a matching penalty assessed to Fantine. 8 minutes, 7 seconds remaining. First period now. So it'll be 2 minutes to Fantine. And 2 minutes to Andrew Piper for the Wolverines. 2 minutes apiece for high sticking. As the face-off's won there and ends up with McDonald for the Vikings. McDonald looks to shoot, and he does. It's blocked. Now across the 12-minute mark in the first period here. Still 0-0. Not a ton of action offensively for either team thus far in this one as Utah Valley heads into the Western Zone. Larson fires that one around the back of Stensland. Budnick up to Jackson. Jackson tips it in and chases. Behind Bain now. Jackson takes the puck. He's got Stoneham in front. Passes. Backhand blocked wide there for Stoneham. Now Utah Valley the other way. Stoneham steals that pass cleanly. Now to the near boards he goes. Shoots. And a stop for Bain. One of the better shots so far this evening for the Vikings. Better job for Utah Valley than in yesterday's first period where they allowed 2 goals. Now right around the 13-minute mark, still 0-0. Now LaMartina gaining the zone for Utah Valley. He's bodied off of that puck by Aiden Knabb, the Vikings defender. Knabb now taking the puck with momentum. Not much room to skate as he's run into there by number 86, Ryan Hall. That's Peck, and a shot by LaMartina. Peck in the corner once more. 20 seconds remaining on the matching penalties. 20 seconds of 4-on-4. As pass there too wide for McNanny, ends up with Utah Valley. Now taken by Knabb, looking to shoot, and he does. Not sure Bain knew where that one was, but he stopped it. 6:12 remaining in the first period. 5 seconds remaining on the penalties to Fantine and Piper for the Vikings and Wolverines. So 4 skaters apiece for the Vikings. It'll be Hoytink and Montrose, the forwards, backed by Budnick and Mark McDonald. No Kyle Hoffman tonight for the Vikings. Key defender for them with a pair of goals and an assist in yesterday's third period. Vikings with only 6 skaters on the bench in this one at a time. As now Utah Valley, Baker chases in the Western Zone. He's defended well by Budnick, who manages to clear, and Utah Valley will set back up. It's Larson now for the Wolverines. Pass to the player, Watson, fresh off the bench. They'll set back up with it now. Utah Valley deep in their own zone on the left of your screen. Pass not able to be controlled there as Montrose plays it in for the Vikings. Hoytink able to poke the puck to himself, and he'll wrap it around behind Bain to Cloutier. Now Utah Valley the other way. Nice pass. Gaining some momentum are the Wolverines. McDonald able to play the man and the puck to the corner where Montrose and Budnick will take over. Now a pass in front there. Wide open goal for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Unable to get a stick on that. Puck is lobbed back down just about the length of the ice, but no ice. And I spoke too soon. It'll be an icing call and a defensive zone face-off now for the Vikings. .457 remaining in the first period. Still 0-0 in this one. Both teams having some of their best chances in the last few minutes of play. As McCollum wins that one for the Vikings, it's lobbed out right around center ice. Jackson will chase. Richardson looking for help there for the Wolverines, and he finds a man to pass to. Now Fisher, cross ice. And a shot there. Kicked wide by Stensland. Winds up behind Stensland's cage, and McDonald goes down, winds up laying right on the puck. Still down is McDonald, but the puck is now free, where it's played by Ivor Jackson out back into the Utah Valley zone, and it comes right back this way to McDonald, who wheels behind Stensland. McDonald to McCollum along the far boards. McCollum now gaining the zone for Western. Pardon me, he loses the puck momentarily, but able to play it to his line mate Jackson. Gamble, Jackson, and McCollum, the forwards now for Coach McDonald, backed by Nab and Budnick. Utah Valley back Western's way. Tipped in by Hill. Him and Nab will chase in. Right behind Stensland they go. Nab takes it. Short pass to Budnick was broken up as they battle in the corner now. That's Nab and Gamble. Gamble winds up with it. Pass to Budnick for him. Penalty coming. That's going to be a cross check. Assessed to number 3, Aiden Nab. 16:32 in the first period. So 3 minutes 28 seconds remaining now in this first period. Utah Valley will go on the power play. First kill of the night for the Vikings as it's Nab to the box. The regular forward, tonight a member of an already depleted defense corps for Coach Larry McDonald, missing players including Kyle Hoffman, Jack Thornton, Roland Roblato, as a puck dangerously there in front of Stensland. Still opportunity for Utah Valley is a nice block there. The stick of Stoneham redirects the shot up into the netting for a stoppage. 3:13 remaining in the first period. Minute 45 on the Nab penalty for the Vikings. That's Gamble, Fantine, Stoneham, and McDonald, the penalty killing group, as McCloskey passes. McCloskey gets it back. Hard shot there. Stensland thought she had it against the chest protector. Puck trickles through the 5-hole into the back of the net. Utah Valley University on the power play takes their first goal of this weekend series. It's number 5, Dustin Peck, the goal scorer. Assist from number 18, Alex McCloskey, number 10, Andrew Piper for the Wolverines. So it's Peck from McCloskey and Piper. Goal was scored with 3:03 remaining in the first period, so 16:57 was the goal for Peck. As Utah Valley goes in again, pass across the front of Stensland there, no one home. Piper plays it back in. Fantine unable to clear as another opportunity now for Utah Valley. Shot blocked by Gamble. Piper winds up with it again, plays it into the far corner. Hill now chases behind Stensland. Play broken up briefly by Jackson, but a pass makes its way through traffic and across the front of the net. McCloskey there with another shooting opportunity off a one-timer as 2 minutes 15 seconds remain in the first period now, and Richardson will play it into the corner for Utah Valley. LaMartina pass in front, Stensland sprawling, kick save, and gets a glove to it. 2:08 remaining as Utah Valley all of a sudden here in this one buzzing right around the Vikings goal. Coach McDonald making some adjustments. It'll be Budnick and McDonald now defensively for the Vikings. Forwards Keats Montrose, Bailey McNanny, and Alex Stoneham, the captain. So we've continued to see Coach McDonald mix up these lines tonight, seemingly different combinations every shift for these players. And again, using some of the versatility of his guys. Gamble playing defensively, Nab playing defensively, regular forwards for Coach McDonald, but guys who can do it all, as Vikings missing players like Kyle Hoffman and Dawson Roberts in this one. Now Jones battles for it. Montrose lays a shoulder to him for the Vikings, but still Utah Valley possesses, unable to escape their own zone until just now while they cross center ice. Gaining the western zone is Baker. Baker shoots. Shot wide, kicked by Stensland for good measure, and it winds back behind her now. To the corner they go as Budnick loses his feet. Shot there, again kicked by Stensland, may have been blocked. Goes back into the near corner now. As they battle, the puck winds up on the point with Richardson, who shoots. Another kick save for Stensland. Pass for Montrose there, goes wide, and he'll just shoot it in behind Bain. Montrose going for a change, defensive change for the Vikings. It's Nab and Gamble. Wrapped around, that one will end up with Gamble, who recovers it back in his own zone and plays across to Nab. Nab gaining the zone with momentum now for the Vikings. He shoots off the chest of Bain. Clearance attempt handled by Jackson, tips into the corner. It'll be McCollum to chase. Now Walker taking it for the Wolverines, playing up and turned over to Gamble. Gamble turns it right back over at center ice. Now Krause's shot pass was blocked there, and it's taken by Peck from Gamble. Quick shot there on Stensland kick. 10 seconds remaining in the period. 5 seconds remain as we'll have an ice and a defensive zone face-off for the Vikings. 5.1 seconds on our scoreboard here at Bellingham Sportsplex, home of the Vikings. So an important face-off here for the Vikings as Utah Valley will look for a quick shooting opportunity. It's McCollum in there on the draw for Western. McCollum winning that one to the corner. Gamble will chase it, pinning it to the boards, and the buzzer sounds. So after one in this one, your Western Washington Vikings 0, Utah Valley University Wolverines 1. As always, folks, I'll be right back with you partway through the intermission with shot totals for both games. Stensland getting the start and goal for Coach Larry McDonald's Vikings tonight, and goalie changes for both teams as Bain gets the start on the Utah Valley side of things. Again, one goal in the period. Utah Valley 1, Western Washington 0. Goal scorer was Dustin Peck for the Wolverines, assisted by number 18, Alex McCloskey, number 10, Andrew Piper. Coach McDonald now looking to make some adjustments here in our first intermission as we pause for ice maintenance. I want to thank you folks for tuning in here this late night to the WWU Hockey YouTube channel. I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Hockey Club. I'll be right back with you in around 10 minutes here, folks. Welcome back, hockey fans. Shots on goal through one here this evening, 11 apiece, much more even than last night's contest. The Vikings with a 21-4 shots on goal advantage and a 2-goal advantage after the first period in that one. Tonight, Utah Valley University leading 1-0 after 3 minutes remaining now in our first intermission. Again, I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Vikings Hockey Club. Thanks for tuning into our YouTube stream of this game. Shots on goal, 11 apiece, 11 saves for Bain for the Wolverines, 11 saves for Stensland for the Vikings. Both goalies fresh starts tonight after sitting on the bench in the last one. Now 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first intermission. Be right back with you ahead of the second period. Welcome back, hockey fans. Buzzer sounding a moment ago here in our first intermission. Now we'll get ready to drop the puck for number 2. It's more shuffling in the lineup for Coach Larry McDonald, starting skaters in the second period. Coach McDonald going back to the forward unit he started with as his top line the beginning of this season. That's Gamble, Stoneham, and Nab, who started this evening on defense, as Utah Valley gaining the zone, shot in on Stensland. It trickles wide. Rebound chance there for Utah Valley, but no shot comes out of it. It was Budnick and McDonald, the defensemen, starting this one, again, as Coach McDonald moving. Oh, nice pass there from Gamble. Stoneham unable to get a shot out of that as it ends up in front of Bain there. Nab fans on a shot. Nab now will shoot high off of the shoulder of Bain and into the netting for a stoppage. 19-14 remaining now in the second period. Again, Utah Valley leading 1-0 after one period over your Western Washington University Vikings. Vikings now attacking left to right across your YouTube broadcast. That's a shot there for Budnick off the faceoff. It was kicked by Bain. It ends up in the corner with Jackson, who plays it back in behind Bain. McCollum centering Jackson and Fantine now for the Vikings. Still Budnick and McDonald for Coach Larry McDonald. McDonald essentially tonight, and the Vikings with two full-time defensemen available in this one. Cam Budnick and Mark McDonald, as the team is missing Jack Thornton, Roland Roblato, and Kyle Hoffman, as well as Dawson Roberts, a forward who played defense last year for the team and can fill in defensively as Fantine tips that one into himself. Fantine plays it around the end boards to Jackson. Ivor Jackson run into and knocked off the puck there. Utah Valley, that's Trevor Fisher for the Wolverines, turning it over, but it ends up with Keats Montrose shot there. Kick save for Bain. Now Utah Valley once more, taken down by Cloutier. There was the Utah Valley player. That's Watson, who takes the puck now again. Run into once more by Cloutier, but able to wheel and pass. Now long pass with momentum. That's Fisher for Utah Valley. Fisher in on Stensland, flips a shot. That was stopped there either by McDonald or Stensland as it's played back into the corner now. Peck chasing and run into by McDonald for the Vikings. And the big body of Peck forcing his way through traffic there, but losing the puck. Now behind Stensland it goes. Cloutier into battle and free of the western zone now. That's Walker gaining the zone for Utah Valley. Leaves a pass on the point. To the near circle, a shot there. Now Stoneham plays it into the corner. McCollum and Stoneham will chase for the Vikings. McCollum winds up with it. Pass to the front of the net. No one's home, and penalty coming. .16:48 remaining in the second period. That's 2-minute penalty to number 10, Andrew Piper, for head contact. 3 minutes, 12 seconds in the second period. Vikings will go on the power play. Power play unit for Coach McDonald be Gamble, Stoneham, and Jackson, the forwards. Nab and McDonald. Coach Larry McDonald's son, Mark, the other defenseman, as Mark McDonald passes to Gamble now. Gamble waiting. Pass in front there, and Jackson scores. Ivor Jackson on the one-timer. 15 seconds into that Western power play. Puts one past Bain. Great pass by Andrew Gamble across the front of the crease. Jackson made no mistake with it. That's number 8, Ivor Jackson, from number 17, Alex Stoneham, and number 10, Andrew Gamble. 16:33 remaining in the second as the Vikings tie it up on the power play. Again, Jackson scoring 3 minutes, 27 seconds into this second period. Hopefully the shot of life this Vikings team needed, as Jackson now takes off down the right wing. Pass in front, and it's flipped over the top of Bain's cage, just barely. Now McCollum in behind Bain he goes. Backhand pass off the back of the goal. Jackson takes it and dumps to the point. It's Gamble shooting. Looked like Bain had no idea where that one was, but manages to stop it. As Jackson now pass to the front. Stoneham shot. Kick save by Bain. Another shot there for McCollum, and he scores on the rebound. And all of a sudden, the Vikings leading by a goal in this one, just over 4 minutes into this second period. Number 12, Jack McCollum, the goal scorer for the Vikings. That's correction. Number 3, Aiden Knabb, the goal scorer on the rebound for the Vikings. Assisted by number 10, Andrew Gamble. Number 17, Alex Stoneham. So Gamble and Stoneham, the assists on both Vikings goals, as Western now leads 2-1 in this one. 15:50 remaining in the second period. Cloutier tips that one in. It's Gamble and Knabb again defensively, as both skaters going in the forward group and as a defense pair tonight for Coach McDonald. Pass from Gamble is tipped up and out of play by Cloutier. 15:25 remaining in the second period. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Working with the officials there to reset our game clock. One of the few times this evening I have been on it on that front, as it now winds up with McDonald off the face-off. Pass to Stoneham through traffic. Bain gloves that one to the side of the cage for a stoppage. 15 minutes, 13 seconds now remaining in the second period. Vikings leading 2-1. Pair of goals coming for the team just in the last few minutes here, right before midnight from Bellingham Sportsplex, home for all Vikings games. McNanny goes to the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Stoneham comes away with it. Pass to the front there was turned over by the Vikings. The other way goes Watson. And Stoneham now taking the puck. Bouncing for Fantine, but he's able to handle it. Shoots in on Bain, gloves that one to the gut. 14:47 remaining now. Changes for both teams. It'll be Budnick and McDonald defensively for the Vikings. McCollum, Hoytink, and Jackson, the forward group. As McCollum ties his man up, and the puck eventually goes to Hoytink in the corner there. In front of the net shot, not much on it. Long pass cross ice there for Utah Valley. Budnick will tip it out of the zone via Jackson. It's LaMartina now with speed through center ice. Nice move by him to gain the western zone. LaMartina loses the puck on another loose puck attempt. Now Jackson the other way through traffic. Bodied off the puck by Larson there was Jackson. 14 minutes remaining in this one. As Hoytink plays it to McDonald. It's wrapped back around by McDonald to the far boards in the corner there, where it's taken by Hall, run into by McCollum. Back out to Budnick on the point for the Vikings. Cycles it. McDonald, the shooting lane, waiting. Pass in front. McCollum fighting for it. And that one is knocked out to the corner, where Utah Valley looks to go the other way. But again, Budnick with it off the turnover. Budnick fires in from the red line. Played by Bain behind his cage. Vikings will change as McDonald takes the puck now, gaining the zone for Western. Pass cross ice to the corner. Cloutier plays it back to Gamble in defensively now for the Vikings. Forwards, Stoneham, Montrose, and Cloutier as McDonald passes to Gamble. Gamble looking to shoot. Blocked there. The other way now, it's McCloskey for Utah Valley, but the puck's poked loose. Keats Montrose plays that into the zone for the Vikings, where we'll have an icing call. 12:55 remaining in the second period. Again, shots on goal, first period 11-11, much more even than last night's contest was throughout for these two teams in a non-conference battle between your Western Washington Vikings and the Utah Valley University Wolverines of the Mountain West Conference of the ACHA. It's now the Utah Valley man losing his feet right in front of Stensland's cage there, penalty coming. 12:32 remaining. It's Montrose heading to the box for the Vikings. It'll be a 2-minute minor assist to Montrose for the Vikings. Be 2 minutes for butt ending as Montrose heads to the box. 7:28 in the second period. The Vikings will go to the penalty kill. It'll be Stoneham, McDonald, Fantine, and Gamble to kill this one for Coach McDonald as Fantine comes out of there after taking the draw. But Utah Valley holds now at the point. It's Fisher. Run into, big hit by Gamble there. Andrew Piper knocked backwards. The forward and now forward/defenseman for the Vikings there with a great clean body check to Piper. Now McCloskey the other way. Pass to Peck. He'll leave it for Piper. Piper cross ice and a shot there. Held by Stensland for the Vikings. So it'll be a defensive zone face-off now for the Vikings. Be McCollum, Gamble, and Ivor Jackson, the forwards. Gamble heading off now, so two forwards, Aiden Knabb and Cameron Budnick. That's McCollum and Jackson, the forwards, for Coach McDonald on the penalty kill. Flipped in by Watson. Stensland shepherds it back behind her crease. And losing the zone now, Utah Valley. Back is Watson to gather, flipping a backhander softly, almost able to be played there by Ivor Jackson. Knabb with a chance to clear, and he does as it gets by Thompson and goes down the length of the ice. Now 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Keats Montrose. Pass cross ice to Hall, who's run into by Knabb, knocked off the puck, and it's cleared of the western zone. Good play there as once more Watson will reset in behind Bain. 20 seconds remaining on the Montrose penalty for the Vikings. Pass there, errant for Utah Valley. Budnick able to play it. It's a high puck, which is eventually taken by Stoneham. Flipped the rest of the way in. 5 seconds remaining on the Montrose penalty for the Vikings, and a good kill for them. Now Montrose takes the ice. Joining the forecheck is Montrose and stepping straight into the play with a good hip check to knock the Utah Valley man off the puck. Now Fantine, Stoneham, and McNanny will be the forwards as there's a shot blocked wide of Stensland. Winds up trickling to the far corner where Knabb with a good hip into Baker. Pass once more in behind Stensland. Budnick takes it now, plays up to McNanny, but it's turned over. Budnick able to stay with that one and knock it forward. Goes to his partner, Nab. Fantine run into by Hall there. And Hall hit the ice after that one. Shot kick by Stensland there. Rebound for a minute available. Still the puck in front. Taken to the corner, and behind her it ends up. Fantine the other way. Run into again, and Fantine twice in a row. Hit by Hall. The Utah Valley man ended up on the ice both occurrences. Great physical play from Lucas Fantine, both in last night's contest and this one. Now Utah Valley back the other way. That's Piper in on Gamble and McDonald as he tried to play a puck in between Gamble's legs. Off the skate it goes to the corner, penalty coming. Players now off the ice. Waiting a call on this one. It's going to be Stoneham to the box for the Vikings. It's 2 minutes for a tripping. Number 17, Alex Stoneham, the Vikings captain. So with 9:05 remaining in the second period, Utah Valley goes back on the power play. A night like this, every skater important for the Vikings, but the captain, big body and a great defensive forward, Alex Stoneham. Not one you want to lose to the penalty box. Nice clearance there. Down the length of the ice where it's played by Bain, and 15 seconds off of the Stoneham penalty already as Jackson in there, unable to take the puck from the Utah Valley man, who fires it turned over to McDonald, flipped in once more on Bain. We'll redirect that one in behind the net now, and Jackson taking the puck for the Vikings, goes to the corner with Peck. He's run into, still battling though, Ivor Jackson, as finally now it comes free, and a shot there by McCollum is high and wide of Bain. Utah Valley now gaining the western zone. Minute 10 remaining in the power play for the Wolverines as it's cleared once more down the length of the ice to Bain. Excellent penalty killing by the Vikings in this period as there's 1 minute remaining in the Stoneham penalty. Vikings still lead 2-1. Eight minutes remaining in the contest. Pardon me, 8 minutes remaining in the second period. Now center ice face-off. It's Fantine for the Vikings winning that one. Back out into the neutral ice it goes. McNanny battles there. Knocks Baker to the ground but loses his skates as well. Wrapped around by McDonald, winds up on the far point with Richardson for Utah Valley. And now to the near circle they go. Pass back out to the point, cycled across. A shot off the pass, stopped by Stensland. Winds up behind her, wraparound attempt there. Fisher stopped before he could get anywhere near Stensland. And the puck winds up in the netting. 7:22 remaining in this one, as Western will line up for a defensive zone face-off. 18 seconds remaining on the penalty to Stoneham for the Vikings. It's going to be McDonald, Gamble, Fantine, and McNanny, the penalty killers for McDonald. For Coach Larry McDonald, his son Mark among the penalty killers there. And they battle for it along the near boards. It ends up with clearance down the near side. 6 seconds, now 5 seconds remaining. 3 seconds on the Stoneham penalty. Turned over, Jackson, and a whistle. Ivor Jackson thought he might have a good shooting opportunity there, but instead Bailey McNanny heads to the box for the Vikings, and they'll be right back on the penalty kill. It'll be a 2-minute minor Assessed at 12:57 in the second period to Bailey McNanny for tripping. So a 2-minute minor for tripping to McNanny, and the Vikings go back on the penalty kill just seconds after killing one. Still a 1-goal lead in this one for Western as McCollum's in there for the face-off, joined by Jackson, Nab, and Budnick, the forwards. McCollum bounce, so Jackson takes the face-off for the Vikings and ends up on the ground. Shot there, maybe stopped by Stensland. Shot may have been interfered with. Richardson able to hold that in for Utah Valley, but turned over now to Jackson. Cross center ice goes Jackson, wheeling, killing time, and he finally wraps it around. Utah Valley now with it. Richardson across center ice as he loses it, and Jackson with a chance to clear. He'll play it back to Budnick. Jones chasing Budnick. Up to Jackson once more, and a high clearance. Wonky bounce off the boards there, so Jackson winds right back up with it, shoots it into the glove of Bain. Minute 15 remaining on this penalty kill for the Vikings. 6:19 remaining in the second period. You've heard me referencing it all night, folks, the shortage of healthy and able bodies this evening for the Vikings. Just 7 skaters on the bench at a time. Still a 2-1 lead for the team as it's back down to Bain. 45 seconds remaining in this McNanny penalty for the Vikings. It's Richardson gaining the zone for Utah Valley, drops it for his defenseman there, LaMartina, back to Richardson, a cross-ice pass broken up by Fantine. Would have been a good chance there for LaMartina, and down the length of the ice, Fantine plays it to Bain. Bain back up to LaMartina. Now with speed, it's Hill into the western zone. Going left, McDonald will chase him to the corner. Hill to Hall, who loses it out of the zone, chased by Jackson. He'll play it back towards center ice. It ends up with Hill. Pass across to McCloskey, gaining the zone for Utah Valley. McCloskey spinning around McCollum for the Vikings, leaves it there for LaMartina. And right around behind Stensland, pass in front. No shot coming of it there as Stoneham and McCollum head the other way for the Vikings. Penalty killed now for Western. Chance in front. Saved by Bain and a quick whistle. 4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in this one. Still a 2-1 lead for the shorthanded Vikings this evening. Team will be off next weekend. As their next game, they'll take on the University of Oregon in a return to Pac-8 conference play on Friday, November 9th here at Bellingham Sportsplex. Puck drop for that game will be right around 7:45 p.m. as it's McCollum, Jackson, and Stoneham, the forwards in there for an offensive zone draw for the Vikings. Gamble and McDonald behind them, winning the draw is McCollum. Shot by Gamble, tipped puck. And it's kicked by Bain, ends up with McDonald at the blue line, finally able to possess it, plays it back in, but to Richardson, the Utah Valley man, taken by Stoneham. Now Stoneham shoots wide of Bain, and it goes back around into the far corner, ends up with McCollum, and that one was tipped high into the rafters with some velocity. 4:20 remaining now in the second period. Be Montrose centering Cloutier and Hoytink for the Vikings now, backed by Budnick and McDonald once more. Shot by McDonald there, stopped by Bain, rebound by Montrose, no goal. Now Utah Valley the other way, pass behind the Utah Valley man. That was Evan Kraus. As it winds up back with the Wolverines. And Cloutier, good body check there by Cloutier on Larson, as now Peck will dump back to Richardson to reset. Baker takes it and passes across ice to Peck for the Wolverines. The shot bounces high off of Stensland. She's able to glove it before any sticks could get to the rebound, but puck bouncing head high for Stensland off of the save, as 3:35 now remain in the second period. Stoneham now, the draw for the Vikings. Winning it once more. Excellent couple of games from Alex Stoneham in the face-off circle for Western, using his size out there. Stoneham, a skilled player as well. As now Fantine has McNanny. Pass to McNanny across ice just in front of him. Wrapped around, now back goes Utah Valley. And behind Stensland they go. Now it's Gamble for the Vikings, taking that puck and gaining the Utah zone, but it's tipped away from him. Gamble still chasing. He's joined by McNanny, who puts a nice hit on the Utah Valley man. Now Gamble passes across ice to Jackson. Jackson shoots wide, and into the boards it goes. Now McNanny will wrap that one back around. Now back goes Utah Valley. 2-on-1 chance for the Wolverines. Shot in on Stensland, who will glove that. No sweat for the Western freshman. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining now in the second period. Still a 2-1 lead for the Vikings.
Chips on the ground.
Be La Martina in for the Wolverines on the draw. Little miscommunication in terms of personnel for Western. Keep on mentioning all night all the shuffling in the forward groups and defense pairs for Coach Larry McDonald, as it's Hoytink, Jackson, and McCollum, the forwards at the moment. It's Jackson battling with McDonald there. Still, they battle. It trickles to the point, and a shot in, gloved by Stensland, unable to catch it, though. Budnick plays it. Now McCollum, who's unable to break out of the Western zone. Back in is Utah Valley. Puck left to Stensland's left. Western player, that was Jackson run into. Slow to get up is Ivor Jackson. Still Utah Valley. Jackson appears to be okay for the Vikings. Pass right in front there for McCloskey. It's cleared by Mark McDonald to Richardson, who was unable to. Richardson played it back in behind Stensland, and now a pass is errant and back into the Utah Valley zone. Larson will reset for them, running into his own man with the puck, but Richardson's there to fire it in around Stensland. Now Montrose for the Vikings tips it out to the red line. It's played back in. Fisher will take it for Utah Valley. At the red line goes Fisher, who will dump it and chase it, winds up with it again. Now McDonald battles him off of it, taking the puck from him. It's wrapped around to Thompson, and we'll have a stoppage here. 45 seconds remaining in the second period. It's going to be a penalty coming for Utah Valley University, number 91, Kyle Watson to the box, and a matching penalty for number 2, Keats Montrose for the Vikings. So it'll be 2 minutes for Keats Montrose. I'll have to get that call from the official scorer, and a double minor for roughing and cross-checking assessed to Watson. 19 minutes, 15 seconds in the second period, so 45 seconds remaining, and be 4-on-4 hockey for the duration of this period, as Stoneham now takes it the other way for the Vikings with speed. Beats the defenders momentarily, not able to get much on that shot. The backhand attempt for Stoneham, as now Utah Valley looks to go the other way, but McCollum forces it back into the far corner where Stoneham will chase. Now Utah Valley turning it over to Gamble, who regathers. Wraps it around behind Stensland to Nab, who's running to by Larson there for Utah Valley. Pass in front, almost a dangerous chance, but McCollum able to get in the way. Clear it down the length of the ice, and the buzzer sounds. Better second period for your Western Washington Vikings here in this one, as the Vikings lead 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. Matching penalties assessed to Montrose and Watson for the Vikings and Wolverines respectively, so we'll be playing 4-on-4 hockey for another minute 15 seconds when we get back here for the third period. I want to thank you again for joining us, whether you're on board now after 12:20 a.m. this Saturday evening, Sunday morning, or whether you're taking the game in, catching up in the morning after. I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Hockey Club. As always, you can find our stream at WWU Hockey on YouTube. Also, the stream will be posted to the Western Washington University Hockey Club Facebook page prior to game time, so you can look out for that on nights like tonight, where we end up starting a little bit after schedule due to conflicts on the ice and maintenance which takes place to match. Again, 2-1 Vikings after 2 periods. We'll be back with you for shot totals halfway through this intermission, and 18 minutes from now we'll have our final period of hockey. Again, the Vikings back at it here at Bellingham Sportsplex 2 weeks from Friday, yesterday, the 9th, of November at 7:45 p.m. So an early start for those of you early birds here in Bellingham, unable to make it out to these 10:15 and 10:30 puck drops. Vikings will drop at 7:45 on the 9th of November versus the University of Oregon. That'll be a return to Pac-8 play for the team. 2-1 Vikings in this one after 2. Just under 5 minutes remaining here till the start of our third period this evening, folks. Shots on goal in the second period. Advantage Western, 14-9 shots for the Utah Valley University Wolverines. Total shots on goal for the game, 25 for Western to 20 for Utah Valley, so much closer than last night's affair where the Vikings nearly doubled up the Wolverines throughout on shots on goal. Decent amount of action for the freshman Anna Stensland for the Vikings in goal. Stensland has been solid throughout, allowing only 1 goal on 20 shots. Now 4 minutes 10 seconds remaining in our second intermission. Be right back with you just ahead of the third period. Welcome back aboard, Vikings fans. Also, welcome to any fans and followers of the Utah Valley University Wolverines joining us this evening. I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Vikings Hockey Club. Our YouTube stream is available at the YouTube channel WWU Hockey. The stream is also posted on the Facebook page, Western Washington University Hockey Club, in advance of each game. Skaters now taking the ice ahead of this one. Third period coming in a game Western leads 2-1. After an action-packed second period, saw the Vikings score 2 goals in a matter of minutes to take a 1-goal lead in this game after a quiet first period from a scoring standpoint. We will be playing 4-on-4 hockey here from Bellingham Sportsplex for the first minute 15 of the third period as Montrose and Watson remain in the boxes for the Vikings and the Wolverines. It'll be McDonald and Gamble, the defenders for the Vikings. Stoneham and Fantine, the forwards. Stoneham loses that draw as Hill floats through with the puck, but Gamble takes it from him. Gamble, nice move, beating Piper there, and gaining the western zone is Gamble. Now, shot pass in front, blocked away there. Back with Stoneham. Cleared back to center ice by Utah Valley. McDonald plays a pass to Fantine. Fantine's pass is off a skate. Left back in front of Stensland for Gamble by McDonald, who takes the puck again. Fans on a pass. Utah Valley tipping the puck, but Stoneham ends up with it, able to push it forward as far as the Utah Valley blue line. Then he turns it over. Overskating the puck is McCollum, and now Piper goes the other way for Utah Valley. 25 seconds remaining on the matching penalties. Stoneham now into chase as Bain comes out to play that one. Stoneham tipping the puck to the corner where he'll chase, but it squirts around the other side. McCollum takes it. Back out to Nab at the red line, plays it to Gamble. Gamble, nice move with room now to skate for the talented freshman. Gamble shoots. Saved by Bain. 18:42 remaining in the third period now. Changes for the Vikings. It'll be Jackson, McCollum, and McNanny, the forward group. Now back to 5-on-5 play as McDonald and Budnick, will be back defensively for the Vikings. Face-off winds up with McDonald. His shot blocked out past the red line. Budnick picks it up in the Viking zone. Retreating is Budnick. Fires one along the far boards, tipped in by McNanny. Jackson will chase to the near corner. Jackson takes the puck from there. Squirts towards the front of the net, but back to the corner now. Utah Valley breaking out of their own zone. McCollum getting in on that play. Now McCollum takes the puck. Offensively for Western, but offsides was Bailey McNanny, unable to hold up as McCollum made a move on that one. Be 18 minutes, 14 seconds remaining now in the third period. 2-1 lead for the Vikings still. McDonald and Budnick, the defensemen. Forward group for Coach Larry McDonald. Keats, Montrose, centering Cloutier and Hoytink. Neutralized face-off. One cleanly by Montrose and played in by McDonald. Hoytink will chase. The Utah Valley player losing his feet just in front of that puck as it now winds up with Montrose, whose backhand pass was stopped by traffic. McDonald's shot likewise blocked away. Now into the corner go Cloutier and Montrose for the Vikings. McDonald winds up with it. McDonald waits, passes into Montrose. Montrose is knocked down there by Piper, it looks like, for Utah Valley. Jostling for them as it ends up with Budnick, whose shot is blocked and taken by Larson for the Wolverines. Good play by Budnick there to get it back as McDonald turns it over in the corner. Now Utah Valley. Tic-tac-toe passing back and forth in the corner there. three-man game for the Wolverines. Still, they battle in the near corner. McDonald getting into that physically, and finally the puck is out in front of Stensland now. No shot there. Budnick's pass it to Hoytink, and we have a penalty coming. .54 remaining in the third period now. It's like Mark McDonald headed to the box for the Vikings. So McDonald takes a seat for Western with a shake of the head. .54 remaining in the third period. Officials getting this call straight. It's going to be a 10-minute misconduct called against McDonald. Also, 2-minute minor for Brady Fisher of the Utah Valley Wolverines. 2 minutes for slashing to Fisher. 10-minute misconduct to Mark McDonald for the Vikings. McDonald's penalty assessed at .54. 10-minute misconduct for... Still some discussion amongst the captains and the officials there. So it'll be a 10-minute misconduct against Mark McDonald, unsportsmanlike conduct. 2-minute minor to Brady Fisher of the Wolverines. Now we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Vikings. And despite the misconduct to McDonald, the Vikings will come away with a one-man advantage here. Power play unit Jackson, McCollum, and Stoneham, backed by Nab and Gamble. So functionally 5 forwards on the ice for this power play now for the Vikings. As Stoneham is in there for the draw. Stoneham ties his man up. It ends up with McCollum in front, who's unable to get a shot on goal. Now chasing is Gamble the other way. Gamble recovers it behind Stensland. Waiting, Gamble. Vikings will set up as the pass now comes to Nab. Nab breaking into the Utah Valley zone. Pass out front, blocked away, but Gamble has a shooting chance. He shoots high into the back of the cage area where it was played out by Nab to Jackson. Held in by Gamble at the far point now, and back into Jackson, who will tip this one behind Bain. Stoneham chases in, shot there by Jackson. Winds up with Nab on the near point, cross to Gamble, back to Nab. Nab pass in front, loose puck, and it's knocked back all the way to Stensland by Utah Valley, so 50 seconds remaining roughly now on the 2-minute minor to Brady Fisher for the Wolverines. Gamble now gains the zone for the Vikings. Looking to pass is Gamble, across the front, but it's blocked away. Winds up with McNanny in behind, who just bounces that one out, where it'll be gloved to the ice by Bain. 15:32 remaining in the third. So 1-goal lead for the Vikings now, with 38 seconds remaining on this penalty. Stoneham, Jackson, McNanny, the forwards. Still Gamble and Nab defensively as it's cleared down to Stensland. 25 seconds remaining on the penalty as Nab plays to Gamble. Gamble across center ice. Gamble gaining the zone for Western. Gamble lost the puck there, and Bain gloves it to the ice. Another stoppage, 15:08 remaining in the third period. So 14 seconds now remaining on the penalty as Nab takes it off the faceoff. Shot by Nab into the chest protector of Bain. 15:01 remaining, and another 7 seconds on the penalty as Western lines up for an offensive zone faceoff here. That's Hoitzing, Cloutier, and Montrose, the forwards. It'll be Keats Montrose on the dot for the Vikings. Still Gamble and Nab, the defenders, as it is back to Nab, fires it into the end boards where it goes around behind Bain. Fisher now out of the box for the Wolverines, down the length of the ice, and it'll be an icing called. So another offensive zone face-off now for the Vikings. 14:48 remaining now in the third period. Montrose once more in the face-off circle. LaMartina winning it for the Wolverines. LaMartina now loses the puck to Cloutier. Cloutier and Hoitzing closing on it, but unable to get to it as it's played back all the way to Budnick defensively. Fantine with a pass turned over to LaMartina. In front now, shot in on Stensland, saved, and a whistle. $14:29 remaining now. Solid night and goal for Stensland, the freshman for Western. Stensland faced a number of shots this evening from the Wolverines. Only one goal thus far for Utah Valley. Flipped high by Gamble. Larson unable to glove it now. Jackson with Stoneham on his right. He'll shoot! Bain gloves that one. Good night for Bain in goal on the Utah Valley side of things as well. 2 goals for the Vikings, who are easily over 30 shots on goal at this point, I would imagine, coming into this period with 25. As another shot from Budnick there, but doesn't make it on goal. One-timer from Jackson there. Looked like Jackson's stick was interfered with in the process, unable to get it solidly to that one, or he may have had his first goal of the evening. Pardon me, Jackson's second goal of the evening. That would have been his third of the weekend. $13:50 remaining now as McCollum will take this one for the Vikings. Stoneham winds up with it. He shepherds it out in front. No one home on that pass as now Utah Valley will reset behind Bain, leaving it in the far corner there. McCollum, nice hit to knock the man off the puck. Jackson plays it to Gamble. Gamble shoots. Puck was tipped by Stoneham. Good save by Bain. Turned over now by the Vikings, but only momentarily as Budnick fires it back in behind Bain, where it's now played out to Walker for the Wolverines. He'll flip it, but only as far as Stoneham on his own blue line. Nice move by Stoneham, but he's run into and loses his feet. Lays out to slap the puck back Andrew Gamble's way as Gamble now passes up to Montrose along the near boards. Montrose fires in on Bain. Kick to Larson. Montrose in on that pass as now Cloutier takes it, his line mate. Jones there for Utah Valley, run into by Montrose. As Baker is also run into by Montrose, number 2 out there for the Vikings, throwing his body around. Now 12:30 remaining as Montrose heads back down for the Vikings. He's knocked off the puck. And It winds up with Clark for the Wolverines. Nab losing his footing just as Clark comes in. Shot high and wide of Stensland. Clark in behind, wraparound attempt. Another save by Stensland there. Fantine knocks Clark down and off of that puck. More solid play by the body of Lucas Fantine, as that one's held in by the Wolverines only momentarily as it winds up with Nab. Nab now fires in on Bain. Bain up to play it, well out of his crease, chased by Nab is Bain. Stoneham in with a body check there. He'll pin the Utah Valley man to the boards. It winds up with Fantine for a shot, bouncing harmlessly behind Bain, but it's out to Nab. Nab from one knee passes back into McNanny. Now it winds up with Stoneham, backhand attempt. It's Jackson now to Stoneham for the Vikings. Stoneham in behind Bain, looking to pass, backhand attempt by Stoneham. Vikings celebrate. Stoneham may have scored. Goal, I believe that was Alex Stoneham cleaning up the mess. So it was McNanny, Bailey McNanny, number 27, cleaning up the rebound on Alex Stoneham's shot. Secondary assist goes to number 8, Ivor Jackson, as the Vikings take a 3-1 lead in this one with 11:28 remaining. So once again, goal scorer for the Vikings at 8 minutes 32 seconds, Bailey McNanny on the rebound from Alex Stoneham, assisted by Ivor Jackson. McNanny's first of the weekend for the Vikings, third point of the evening, and third assist for the captain, Alex Stoneham. Stoneham logging heavy minutes this evening, playing on multiple lines, as most of Coach McDonald's forwards are, with only 7 skaters on the bench at a time. Now Utah Valley turns it over to Gamble, who will flip that one back to the Utah Valley blue line, where it was taken by Richardson, turned over, but the Wolverines now gain the western zone. Pass to Peck. Peck shot pass in front. No one home for Utah Valley. Now pass too much to be handled by Stoneham, and an icing is called. .34 remaining in this one. Now a 3-1 lead for the Vikings, looking to complete a weekend sweep over the Utah Valley University Wolverines in this one after a 6-0 victory last night. That's La Martina, bounce from the face-off circle for the Wolverines. It'll be Hill and Stoneham in there as Hill wins it for Utah Valley. Larson, slap shot, blocked by Stoneham. Stoneham will play it back around. McNanny running into La Martina. It's taken by Piper. Another slapper from the point, wide of Stensland. Another shot, also wide of Stensland, off the side of her cage. Now La Martina, pass, another shot, blocked high and wide. Ends up along the end boards where Budnick and Gamble will play it. Gamble now to Jackson as the Vikings are able to clear their zone. Jackson flips it in on Bain, who will glove it for a stoppage. Only briefly, no stoppage here. Now it's played around the near boards all the way back to Gamble. Larson flips it in for Utah Valley, but they'll have to reset as they were offsides. Now the puck floats back to the Utah Valley defensive zone. Flipped up again to the point here is La Martina playing in around the end line. Fantine buried there. Winds up with Richardson, who shoots for Utah Valley off the end boards and wrapped now back around. Winds up with La Martina, poked away by Gamble. Column chasing in behind goal Now passes taken by Cloutier for the Vikings. Cloutier attempts a long pass to Hoytink, who's able to ward off Richardson momentarily, but Richardson ends up with that puck as it was too long for Hoytink. McNanny kicking the puck in now for the Vikings. Looks to pass in front. No one home there for McNanny. Good idea for the big forward. As Nab pokes that one loose, but it winds up with Walker. Fantine laying out to block that, but tips it into Stensland. Good save by the freshman. Good effort there from Lucas Fantine. Nice heads-up play by Anna Stensland on the back end. Stensland's cage was knocked off in the process of that play, so we'll have a neutral zone face-off here. That was Stoneham for the Vikings, winning it. Nab to Fantine now. Fantine to McNanny, who was unable to handle that high pass. Now Fantine flips another high pass, too far for Ivor Jackson. Jackson able to play it to Stoneham at center ice. Stoneham run into, but sticks with Piper, who will dump it in for Utah Valley as Fantine plays it with Nab behind Stensland. Pass to the front of the net there for Utah Valley. Again, no one home. Another pass across the front of Stensland's cage. Into the corner we go, the near corner. Utah Valley will now take it at the point, force it back in. Winds up with McNanny, who flips that one clear of the Western zone. Western will change quickly, but caught in the change are the Vikings, as nice play by Nab getting in the way of that one, and the puck harmlessly floats back to Stensland. So 2-goal lead for the Vikings now, 3-1 in this one, 7:14 remaining in the third period. Montrose on the face-off for the Vikings. Utah Valley controlled momentarily, but it's Hoytink now across the red line. Hoytink will dump and chase. Goes behind Bain. Pass to the front by Cloutier there. Again, no one home for Western, but Montrose now there. Bouncing puck in front of Bain. Hoytink chases the Utah Valley man down. Jones forces the puck back in. Montrose mixing it up again. Sliding in with his body there to break that one up, as it's now behind Stensland. Pass out front. Cleared momentarily by Budnick, I believe. Now again in on Stensland is Utah Valley. McCollum takes the puck out of there. Now McCollum dumps to Bain, who will hold that for a face-off. Nab and Gamble, defense for the Vikings now. McCollum, Jackson, and Stoneham, the forwards. McCollum wins the faceoff cleanly to Gamble. Gamble flips it into the corner. Utah Valley now. Peck playing it forward, turns it over to Gamble. From Nab, back to Gamble, back to Nab. Nab looks for a pass at center ice, but no one home. And flip to the corner there. Gamble in on it. McCollum plays it back behind Stensland. Peck flips it back there once more. Pass out to the point. Slap shot there. Saved by Stensland. Jackson beating a man now. It's Jackson on the break, knocked down on the play into the cage, and it's off its posts. Not much of a shot attempt for Jackson there, as Utah Valley defense caught up with him. Good play by Jackson to knock that puck down the ice and give himself a chance to chase it down, as McDonald and Budnick now out there for the Vikings. Number 16, Mark McDonald, back at it after the 10-minute unsportsmanlike misconduct. 5:26 remaining in the third period. So Stoneham now losing the draw for the Vikings, but McNanny plays it back to McDonald, who flips it high and into the far corner, chased by Fantine. Budnick holds that one in, back to the near corner. Still Fantine chasing Utah Valley, now the other way, breaking out with speed Utah Valley into the western zone. Forced to the corner there by Budnick. Now to the near corner they go, Stoneham is there. Richardson had it briefly, but turns it over. Now Stoneham out the other way, penalty coming. Little hesitation here. This could be another penalty coming against Mark McDonald for the Vikings. So McDonald back to the box now. Penalty assessed at 15 minutes, 17 seconds in the third period. 2 minutes for roughing on McDonald. It'll be 2-minute penalty to McCloskey for Utah Valley. It'll be a 2-minute minor assessed to McCloskey for roughing to match. So matching minors, 2 minutes each for roughing to McDonald for the Vikings, McCloskey for Utah Valley. 4-on-4 hockey now. Now some discussion between McCloskey and McDonald, trying to sort out what they had both been called for. Neither player felt they had been roughed on that play, but the official felt they roughed each other. So now 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, 4:40 remaining in this one. It's Gamble, Nab, Stoneham, and Fantine out there for the Vikings. Hill for Utah Valley, wheels and resets. Now pass to LaMartina through center ice, run into by Nab, knocked off the puck. Passed back by Stoneham to Gamble. Gamble plays it up out of the zone. Back across Utah Valley's blue line it goes. It's now Fantine in on the forecheck for the Vikings. Fantine breaking that pass up, forcing it back in the zone. Losing his stick is Fantine as McCollum now chases in behind Bain. Good hip check there by Fantine, again knocking LaMartina off that puck, but McCollum is run into immediately and loses the puck as well. Now Nab gains the zone for the Vikings. Nab makes a nice loose puck move. Shot by Nab, saved. Still chasing the puck is Nab. Winds up with it. Nope. I spoke too soon as LaMartina gains the zone now for Utah Valley. Shot by LaMartina, high and well wide of Stensland. No threat there for the Vikings. And now Nab back the other way. Another loose puck deep by Nab. Another shot attempt as he fell to the ice. Kick save there by Bain. 3 minutes, 23 seconds remaining now in this third period. 3-1 lead for the Vikings. 40 seconds remaining now in the penalties assessed to McCloskey and McDonald. So the 4-on-4 unit for the Vikings, Budnick and Gamble defensively, Fantine and Stoneham up front. It's taken now in behind Bain. Breaking out of their zone is Utah Valley. Puck is loose, turned over by Utah Valley. Hall hits the ice as Fantine plays it in for the Vikings. Back behind Bain it goes. Stoneham shot by Fantine on the rebound. Almost another opportunity for Stoneham. Bain gloved that one for a stoppage. 3 minutes now remaining in this one. .17 seconds now, 4-on-4 remaining. 3 minutes left in the game, 2-goal lead for the Vikings. It's Fantine in on the dot now. To the corner it goes where Utah Valley plays it up. Will be Fisher to Watson. Watson gains the zone now. Shooting lane for Watson. He shoots and caught against the chest of Stensland. Another save for the freshman. Will be McCollum now against Clark on the draw. McCollum wins it, winds up behind Stensland where it's played by Budnick. Penalties to McDonald and McCloskey over. Now they'll both race to the bench. Back to 5-on-5 hockey we go with 2 minutes and 35 seconds now remaining in the third period. It's played up to Clark, who tips it in, winds up pushed out by McCollum, who will now chase Piper. Joined by Jackson is McCollum. It's back with Gamble. Gamble and Budnick defensively for the Vikings. Pass wide of McNanny there, and it's an icing called. Defensive zone face-off coming for the Vikings now. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the third period after 1:10 a.m. this Sunday morning. And the last minute timeout called, looks like. We here at Western Washington University Hockey Club would like to thank you again for joining us on this evening's YouTube stream of this contest between Utah Valley and your Western Washington University Vikings. I'm Walker Sakon for the WWU Hockey Club. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube stream at WWU Hockey. We'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast this evening or catching up in the morning if you couldn't make it well past 1 a.m. for the conclusion of this one. 2 minutes remaining now, just over 2 minutes and 10 seconds, as the Vikings have a 2-goal lead, 3-1 over the Wolverines of Utah Valley University. Those of you who have been with us for the duration this evening will have heard me mention the shortened bench for Vikings and Coach Larry McDonald. Only 12 skaters available this evening for the Vikings, as the net now empty for Utah Valley. Puck trickles down that way just wide of the goal. Extra man on as a shot there is blocked. Now Western pressuring, McCollum plays it into Jackson. It's McNanny, McCollum, and Jackson the forwards. Gamble and McDonald back. That one's saved by Stensland, I believe. Now, nice shooting lane there, but blocked by Gamble was McCloskey's shot, and the Vikings able to clear. Minute 20 remaining now. And taken by Gamble. Gamble once again able to clear the zone for the Vikings. It's almost fired in, but winds up in the Western bench with a minute 8 remaining to play. 2-goal lead for the Vikings. Empty net now for Utah Valley University. Coach Darren Peck is hoping to pull off a miracle here, or at least bring some momentum home with the Wolverines of Utah Valley. Now Bain heading back out there for the Wolverines. There's a minute 8 seconds remaining now. It's going to have to be quick goals for the Wolverines from here on out if they have any chance in this one. clean win on the face-off and quick chance to get an extra attacker on. Probably necessary if the Wolverines want any realistic chance at pulling off the miracle here. McCollum wins it cleanly for the Vikings. Big face-off win there for him. Played by McDonald to Fantine. Fantine dumps in, so Bain still in his cage. Back behind they go as Fantine loses his stick. Racing back defensively is Fantine. Stoneham takes the puck, so Bain still held back in the cage. McCollum and Jackson forechecking for the Vikings. It's played back by Stoneham, so 40 seconds now remaining in this one. 35 seconds remaining. It's wrapped back around Bain, still out there. 25 seconds remaining, 3-1 Western. Turned over there to Walker as the McDonald down and slow to get up for the Vikings. From my vantage, it was tough to see what happened on that play, but it's going to be a penalty assessed to Brady Fisher for the Wolverines. 2-minute minor to Brady Fisher, 19:43 in the third period for the hit on Mark McDonald. "17 seconds remaining now. Number 17, Alex Stoneham on the dot for the Vikings in the offensive zone. Stoneham plays it to the corner off the draw. It's taken behind Bain. 10 seconds now remaining. 5 seconds left in this one. Back behind Bain it goes. 3 seconds. And that is a final, folks. So Anna Stenslin, the freshman for Western, gets the 3-1 victory tonight over Utah Valley University, and the Vikings complete the weekend sweep. Non-conference matchup here between the Vikings and the Wolverines of the ACHA's Mountain West Conference. Vikings a pair of wins, 6-0 on Friday night and 3-1 tonight, finishing right around 1:15 a.m. Now teams will meet at center ice, shake hands. As a good win for the Vikings tonight, short-handed on the bench. Again, as we mentioned, 13 skaters for the team, missing key players including Dawson Roberts and Kyle Hoffman, but the Vikings escape with a 3-1 victory over the Wolverines. Western is off next weekend. They'll be back at it November 9th here at Bellingham Sportsplex at 7:45 p.m. when they take on the University of Oregon in a return to Pac-8 conference play. Again, that's 2 Fridays from now. Next Friday, the 3rd of November, next Friday, the 2nd of November, the Vikings will be off for the weekend. And then the following Friday, November 9th, back here at Bellingham Sportsplex, your home for the Vikings. Also live on our YouTube channel, WWU Hockey. I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Vikings Hockey Club, thanking you for tuning in as the Vikings give a final salute to the fans here assembled at Bellingham Sportsplex. And folks, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Friday night, November the 9th at 7:45 p.m. Again, on nights like tonight, things happen. We are late getting on the air at times. You can keep an eye out on our Facebook page, the Western Washington University Hockey Club Facebook page, where stream links will be posted just prior to game time. Once again, I'm Walker Sakon for the Western Washington University Hockey Club, thanking you for tuning in this exhibition matchup between the Vikings and the Wolverines. We'll see you in a couple weeks, folks.